Hi, my name's Max Kasper. I'm the principal bass of Symphony Nova Scotia, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to this little introductory talk about our first Spotlight Series concert. We have some great pieces for you this season, and we're going to start our season with our work by our old friend, Dinuk Wijeratne. And I say old friend because we've known him so long, but he's really quite a young man, and he's a remarkable young man. He was our first resident conductor. That's an apprenticeship position that was founded by the Canada Council many years ago. And when he came, we couldn't believe our luck. He just blew us away. He was so talented and such a great conductor already at such a young age. And not only that, but he's an amazing jazz musician. He actually can play wonderful jazz piano. He has many, many musical interests. He's a composer as well as a conductor, and we'll be playing his piece, Polyphonic Lively, which he wrote especially for us. After Dinuk's piece, we're going to play a new piece for us by composer Anna Clyne. She's a Scottish composer, and she herself is also a cellist, and she wrote a dance for cello and orchestra. And it was commissioned and written specifically for a soloist who's coming to play Inbal Segev. And forgive me if I've pronounced that wrong. This concert and this particular piece is thanks to the Taki Alsop Conducting Fellowship. And their goal is to celebrate the contributions of women as composers and performers of modern music. And here we have a beautiful example of both of those things. The piece is written based on a poem by Rumi. And the poem itself just has 5 lines, and each line has becomes a movement in the concerto. Dance when you're broken open. Dance when you've torn the bandage off. Dance in the middle of the fighting. Dance in your blood. Dance when you're perfectly free. We're going to end it all with the probably the second most famous orchestral piece in the world, Beethoven's Fifth Symphony. Fate knocking at the door, as they say. Those 3 da-da-da-da, 3 notes followed by a long note. Beethoven was just the archetype of a composer. He was sort of distracted, incredibly focused on what he was doing and only on what he was doing. He had long, wild hair. One time he had written a string quartet and had just heard it played and rehearsed, and the first violinist came over to him and was complaining about how difficult the part was. And Beethoven said to him, "How can I think about your miserable instrument when I am talking to my God?" And I thought, that's it. That's the ultimate answer to any question asked of a composer. That is so impressive to me. When I was a student, there was the National Youth Orchestra. It's a government-sponsored organization where kids from all across Canada will come together for a summer and play in a youth orchestra. And we were all very, ages 16 to 24 kind of thing, very young, no orchestral experience really. And we had to play Beethoven 5. And the first bits of Beethoven 5, those famous chords, da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, forgive my singing, they are very, very hard to conduct. It's sort of there's lots of little pitfalls that people can fall into. And so we're at the first rehearsal, we've gone through sectionals, we all know our parts, we're ready with the first orchestral rehearsal, the conductor comes up, and I know he didn't do this, but it seemed like he did this. And nothing happened. We just all were, what the what's going on? And he was sort of mad. He said, "It's very simple. I do this, da-da-da-da, and you come in." And so, so we're all like, so he did it again and sort of half the order. So finally we all just said, "Okay, we're going to watch the concertmaster." And the word just spread. So he did this massive, and then we all just watched the concertmaster. Da-da-da-da. And we all just came in with him. Interesting enough, years later, I played under this conductor again, and by then I was much more experienced, and it was very easy to play under him. That was my first experience with Beethoven's Fifth Symphony. It was still a great one, though. And yeah, that's really been in the repertoire for 300 years solid for a very good reason. You won't want to miss that. Thanks to our Spotlight Series sponsor, Jules Chamberlain at Red Door Realty. We're very appreciative of all your support. And also, thank you to the Taki Alsop Conducting Fellowship. I know you're going to enjoy this great concert. We hope to see you there live, but if you can't make it, please try and find us online. We'll be live streaming this at symphonynovascotia.ca.